Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Talk is cheap, actions speak louder than words. That's exactly what the United States of America, I'm talking about those guys in charge of us, usually do. What do? They tell us that we're all equal and we all, equity and inclusion and diversity. But we know that there's a certain group that is really not allowed to stay at the diversity table or inclusion table or equity table. That person is considered, or that entity or that group is considered the one that must somehow, I don't know, is too many of them, it seems like. What am I talking about? I will show you here. I'm going to use one example, one good example, to show you how certain groups seem to be more important for the US administration than this particular group. So, yeah, exactly, the mouse group. Let me show you one article and three pictures and some information to make my point. Probably you know that because when we are to be blamed for something, we're all together in this, or to make something stupid. When someone is about to be awarded a medal, is the government, and we are the imbeciles. For the most part, they are. So, if you remember, we have a journalist, American journalist, that's a term that you have to use. Gershkovich is his name. And this guy, Gershkovich, Evan Gershkovich, I will have his bio here because I have to use it. He was arrested by the Russians, evil Russians, on the pretense that he was someone spying for the United States of America, and his newspaper said, no, that's not true. Therefore, he should be released because that's the way the world works. If he's a reporter, used to be from Wall Street Journal. Now, he was arrested as another guy, Paul Whelan. You remember Paul Whelan? Yeah, because Paul Whelan was also arrested on the same charges, espionage charges, as Mr. Gershkovich. Now, Whelan, I'm going to show you pictures, he was arrested a few years ago. 5 years ago already, he's been in a penitentiary. You remember Brittany Griner? Brittany Griner? Yeah, the hoop player, the basketball player, personality, mind you. Now, she belongs to a certain kind of group, Gershkovich belongs to a certain kind of group, and Paul Whelan belongs to a different kind of group. All right? So I'm going to show you three different treatments. Whelan treatment and the other two treatment. Because in this equal America and beautiful and justice for all garbage, certain interests, certain groups, certain people, certain victims are pushed forward and can cut the line, are more important than the others. I'm going to make my point. I'm going to show you the first article here, coming from the Kiev Independent. Doesn't really matter because what matters is the title. U.S. Ambassador to Russia visit jailed reporter Evan Gershkovich. So this very strange ambassador visits only, I would say, Gershkovich, not Paul Whelan. Remember, Paul Whelan was over there arrested and imprisoned for about 5 years, if I remember correctly, from 2017, 2019, something like that. Griner, the basketball player, she was arrested last year because cannabis, she tried to get it in Russia, illegal, everything clear, boom, and they got her out. They said, the US government said, well, we're gonna try to swap some Russian bad dudes for our good dudes, Griner and Whelan. Whelan was over there just as a token, just for us not to observe what's going on. It was not about him. It was about her. I made those articles and YouTube did not like them a bit. But I made the point and I said, he will not come, she will come. She did. She did. Because she is a basketball player, part of another group, and he used to be a Marine, and that's another group. So she came. Whelan is still there. Ambassador, I don't know, did she go and talk to him? Probably in the past. Not her, because I think she's new. Nevertheless, we got now Gershkovich, belonged to a different group, arrested for the same charges as Whelan. Right. This year, Whelan has been there rotting for 5 years or so. Now these guys are doing the efforts to bring back, swap Gershkovich and Whelan again. They do effort for the both. Remember, the same thing was with Brittany Griner and Whelan. Whelan stayed. She was just like that. He was a spy, right? Anyway, more important to us than a basketball player, I would say. She was working for our defense. If he was arrested on espionage charges, he is more serious, than. But anyway, I will show you the groups in a minute. All 3 groups. And then you have now Gershkovich. They try to get him out. We're going to work for both of them. The same garbage these guys try to pull off in a matter of months. And I'm not guaranteeing you, but I'm suspecting Gershkovich will come and Whelan will stay. That's my gut feeling. I'm about, 80% Gershkovich comes alone and Whelan stays there. So let me show you. First, this already covered the title. You don't need to see anything else because it comes right here. He remains upbeat and thanks to his family, friends, and everyone who has been following his plight for over 250 days for their support. Yeah, 250 days. What about the other guy? And we got right here, Victor Baut, in exchange for WNBA star. Never heard of, but hey, she's a star. Okay, and where's Whelan? Is it all right here? The last one, Paul Whelan, a former U.S. Marine accused of spying and arrested in 2018, not even 17 or 19, 18, is also considered to be wrongfully detained. He is serving a 16-year sentence, all right? So you got it, and I got someone else. I never heard about this one, but I will keep an eye on this person, another journalist. But I'm suspecting this Alsu Kurmasheva, which I'm going to look into. This person is not a Griner, obviously, and definitely she's not another journalist, which is Gershkovich. Okay, so let's go to something else. Let's see the groups. Brittany Griner. This is Brittany Griner. Is the guy or the girl on the right. Kissing, I don't know if that was her wife at that time, girlfriend, but obviously you can understand what I'm trying to... she's beautiful and all that. So she is married with, she's whatever she is. All right, so this is Griner. The U.S. government worked hard and she got released. All right, well, good. I'm glad an American citizen that was convicted for trying to bring cannabis in Russia was swapped with the merchant of death, Victor Baut. Anything for. Now let's see where Gershkovich is. Gershkovich, Evan. All right, now what you need to look in this is this, early life and education. So for people who know something about the world, they will understand what I said. I'm not going to go into details because we're on YouTube. Gershkovich's parents, Ella and Mikhail Gershkovich, separately fled the Soviet Union during a period of mass emigration, ending up in the United States in 1979 in eventually New York City, where they met. Now I would like you to, if you don't know anything about this one, look at this period of mass emigration. It's called was a mass immigration of Soviet Jews to Israel and the United States of America after the Soviet Union lifted its ban on Jewish refugee emigration in 1971. More than 150,000 Soviet Jews immigrated during this period, motivated variously by... Okay, got it? So you know how they immigrated? You got it? And they ended up in New York. That's another giveaway. So now we know who this Griner is. We know who Gershkovich is. And let's see who Whelan is. All you need to know is this. That he wears a uniform by a flag. Okay, that's one. And the other one, we're going to do the same thing as we did with Gershkovich, early life. Right there. Was born on March 5, the day, what's his name, Joseph Stalin died, 1954, was it, or 53, I think, in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, to British parents with Irish heritage. And he wears a uniform. You got it? You got it? Now you understand? Did you connect in your head only? Did you connect the dots in your head? Did you see the US priorities? The US ambassador, okay, holds Gershkovich's hand. All right, now I'm not making any point that would get me arrested or banned or anything. I'm just showing you evidence. Everything I did here was evidence, facts. I just said this is what's going on. So let me see who this person is. I moved to the fourth person that I never heard of. Oh, it's from Tatarstan, alleged. Tatarstan is not Gershkovich and is not Love is in the Air, all right? And definitely is not this one. But anyway, this is Tatarstan. Let's see what she's doing, or is a she? I think, right? Is in Prague-based Prague. Okay, Prague. Foreign agents. She was, I don't say, they said Alsu. I have pictures, I will look if you see. Russian PPP, according to our reports, PPU, Bulaka Paka, his lawyer, Edgar Mayoyo's son. All right, so this is something that really doesn't have to do with our problem. Why? Because holds both US and Russian citizens. She is married and has 2 children. Okay, well, she's from Tatarstan, so no. Anyway, my friends, here it is. If you think that I'm dreaming, and you think I'm just making, connecting in my head certain kind of dots that are not there, well, why don't you pay more attention? Not to me, to life in general. And you're going to see that when you're going to consistently have certain kind of entities belonging to certain kind of entities, they will be a little bit like that. I'm going to give you another coincidence. Look at our United States military leadership. You got Brown, Mr. Brown, General Brown, right? And you got the other one, what's his name? Austin. It's just a coincidence, but they like equity, and they like inclusion, and they like diversity. Where's the diversity over there? Remember, they like when someone is overrepresented somewhere and someone is underrepresented somewhere, they immediately blame you. All right? And they make sure that if it's the other way, if someone is overrepresented but belongs to an entity that is allowed to be overrepresented, then you have Brown and Austin being in charge of the US military, 100% instead of 12%. Well, that's equity for you. So you motherfuckers over there who think that you are allies, you're gonna be, by these guys, last. What I mean by last? You know, after they take care of those guys first, using your imbecility, right? And they will say, oh, you belong to those guys, you go with them now. But we were your allies. Yes, you were. Thank you very much. Take them. And I'm going to give you the example that I always give. Haiti. Look at the Haiti. I don't like to use this one, but I will use it. What the hell, right? Haiti massacre. You can't have that, right? Here it is, just look into it. 1804 Haitian massacre. The 1804 Haiti massacre, sometimes referred to as the Haitian genocide, was carried out by Afro-Haitian, or Haitian, how are you going to call it, I don't know exactly, soldiers, mostly former slaves, right, under orders from Jean-Jacques Dessalines, against much of the remaining European population in Haiti, which mainly including French people who were drinking their wine, they were eating their cheese, and they were having high life, and they like inclusion. And they got inclusion. They got all included, all inclusive now, okay? And all inclusive, they were packed, and bye-bye. They all died, just so you know. Between 3,000 and 500 people were killed. Right? You can look at it if you want. You can look at it. So yeah, thank you very much, your allies. I'm guarantee you the French had allies over there too. Those guys had allies. But hey, you got Brown and you got, what's his name? Brown and Austin. Don't connect any dots. But I would be on guard. Why? Because of that. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.